Welcome to Reggae Boyz commentary. Another Thursday evening where we're here to discuss the beautiful game. The game we love so much. Yeah, I know. Changes, but we'll get used to it. We'll manage. I know all of those elements. So, I know, as you can see, I'm back in my natural surrounding. I know you guys haven't seen this sort of background for quite some time. Yeah, I was in the Middle East, I was in North America a bit, so I'm in quarantine now and I have to stay exactly where I am for 14 days, so just have to live with that for the time being and press forward. So I'm gonna ensure that I follow all the necessary protocols and do accordingly and obey the laws of the land, which I have no problem at all doing at all. So, football. Before we continue with our discussion, give this video a big thumbs up. Would really appreciate your support. The likes really help long term for the channel. As I said, we're close to 8,000 subscribers on YouTube. And you know what that means? If you round it to the nearest thousand, what are you close to? 10,000 subscribers. 10,000. Yeah, very close, guys. So come on, guys, let's get 100 likes before the end of this video. This live video, I should say, for those of you that are watching live. For those of you that are not watching live and are just catching this Friday, Saturday, or whichever day of the week that you're catching this, I welcome you all as well, and I hope you have a pleasant weekend. So let's get right into the area that you all wish to discuss. And what is that? That is the squad. The squad for the Reggae Boyz' game against the United States in the friendly international in Austria starting next week, Thursday. So by around this time next week, Thursday, we will essentially know the result, know what happened in the game as well. And I'm sure a lot of you saw the squad, the 19 players, and I've been wondering about it. And before we get into detail about the squad, let me just say that there could be a few additions to the squad. Two in particular, Lamar Walker and Joshawn Anglin. The issue why they haven't been named in the squad is because their passports are still at the US Embassy as they are awaiting a work permit so that they could ply their trade in Florida with Miami FC in the United Soccer League. So that's the situation right now with those two players in particular. I'm going to get to my starting 11 that I think could be used for this game, but just to recap some of the new faces that we will see in the squad. Liam Moore, who we've spoken about on this channel from last year, a player that I told you all about who would be a Reggae Boy soon, and he is. Remember, I'm the one that tweeted about Liam Moore and expediting the process for the Jamaican passport and everything, so you can say thank you, Simon. But in all seriousness though, him, spoken about Andre Gray as well, those two in particular. Rolanda Aarons, yes, he's not in the squad, but he does have Jamaican passport, so he's somebody that is good to go in that sense. Kemar Roof is close to getting a Jamaican passport. The six that I've always mentioned is completed by Isaac Hayden and Ivan Toney, and where those cases are concerned, both Hayden and Toney have asked for more time, to consider their options and their thought processes as it relates to this massive decision that they have to take. So hopefully it's a scenario where it's just taken seriously, and hopefully it's one that we press forward with good reason too. So yeah, so guys, let's get into what you guys wanted to discuss this evening, the squad and everything like that, in terms of the new individuals and everything like that. So Liam Moore, Andre Gray is in the squad, Curtis Tilt is in the squad, Ethan Pinnock is in the squad, Amari Bell is in the squad, and Wes Harding is in the squad. Who am I most excited about seeing in the squad? I am most excited about seeing Ethan Pinnock because he's the best defender in the championship right now. The best defender. The best defender. The best defender in the championship. Hands down. Premier League player next season. Has to be. Next season. Has to be. I'll admit though, the squad is not balanced. Very defensive heavy. Curtis Tilt, centre half. Ethan Pinnock, centre half. Adrian Mariappa, who can operate as a right back, is a natural centre half. Michael Hector can play as a holding mid, but his most natural position, he'll tell you, is a centre half. Wes Harding, defender, central defender, and can operate in the wider areas if necessary as well. You know? Amari Bell, left back. So for me, it's very, very defensively heavy. But we do have a new addition in the squad, an individual that I haven't named. And that is none other than Jamal Lowe. Jamal Lowe has replaced Ravel Morrison. I promised you guys yesterday that I would come up with the name, and that individual is Jamal Lowe. Jamal Lowe has replaced Ravel Morrison in the squad. Yeah, the team is very, very defensively. I'm very concerned about the midfield options, and I don't think there is enough bite in the attacking third. That's what I feel. But based on the 19 that are currently in the squad, this is how I would line up. I'm not saying that this is how Tapa will line up, but this is how I would line up based on the players in the mix. So here we go. So I have concerns with the midfield, the attack, the goalkeeping options as well. No Amal Knight, who is the understudy to Andre Blake. No Dwayne Miller as well. Jadine White and Kemar Foster. Really, really sad. So, Jadine White is who I have between the sticks, and it's going to be quite a learning curve for him. I mean, he's played against Colombia, so he's had that experience under his belt, but this will be a different sort of test for him, you know? So, here we go with the starting 11. I've gone with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Jadine White in goal. Centre halves, Ethan Pinnock and Curtis Tilt. Right back, Adrian Mariappa. Left back, Amari Bell. Holding midfielders, I've gone with 2. Michael Hector and Liam Moore. In front of them, I've gone with a 3 of Jamal Lowe on the left, Ricardo Morris on the right, and Omar Holness in the middle. And that trio will sit behind Andre Gray of Watford. So I'm going to repeat it, and you guys can give your thoughts in the comments, whether on the live or comments, you know, in the actual comments if you're not watching this live, if it's delayed. So Jadine White I've gone with in goal, Adrian Mariappa right back, centre halves Curtis Tilt and Ethan Pinnock, left back Amari Bell. The holding midfielders I've gone with are Liam Moore and Michael Hector. In front of them I've gone with a midfield 3 of Ricardo Morris on one side. I've gone with Jamal Lowe on the other side, the left side, and in the middle Omar Holness, and right behind them I've gone with Andre Gray. So the midfield is my massive concern. The midfield is my massive concern. I know Gray can do a lot of the hard running up and down, chase down ball and thing like that, but the midfield for me is where I look at it and say, yeah, the midfield is my massive concern. That's where I have my doubts. But if we're calling up a squad that is defensively heavy, then you're going to have to play to the strengths of the team, right? So what are you going to do? You're going to soak up the pressure. You're going to use Ethan Pinnock and Curtis Tilt. and you're going to make them give the ball to Hector and Moore, and you're going to ensure that there's a smooth transition between them and the front four. So essentially, you're going to have 6 men protecting the goalkeeper. That's what I've gone with in this encounter. I know a lot of people are not going to like it. Some people might say, "Oh, this is parking the bus. This is putting pressure on the defense and the keepers and everything." Look, you have to pick with what you have. Luca Levy, I expect at some point to get a game. I do expect Luca Levy to hopefully get some minutes, but I wouldn't start him. In fact, I'm quite surprised to see the amount of Red Stripe Premier League players that are actually in the mix, to be honest with you. They haven't kicked a ball. Whereas you have Kemal Malcolm that has gone to El Salvador, that is playing. Siobhan Marsh, Messi Marsh, these guys left the island so that they can play football, because obviously there's no football being played on the island. Ricardo Morris and company haven't kicked a football since March last year. I've played more competitive football than Ricardo Morris in a year. Granted, it's a recreational league that I play in, but still, it just comes to show that I'm just baffled, to be honest with you. I can understand the goalkeepers being called up, local goalkeepers being called up. I can understand that 100%, but for me, there's no other local-based player that honestly should be in the mix, apart from the ones that have gone out on trials, like a Peter Lee Vassell and company. But apart from that, what more can you get from training? What more can you get from doing a couple of drills? Competitive action is where you get your sharpness. But that's the disappointment from my perspective. It's baffling, but like I said, I'm going to repeat the 11 one more time. Jadine White, centre halves, I've gone with I'm going to say this off the top of my head now. Jadine White in goal, and I'm gone with Adrian Mariappa right back, Amari Bell left back, centre halves, Ethan Pinnock and Curtis Tilt. In front of them, Michael Hector and Liam Moore. In front of those two, a midfield 3 of Omar Holness, Ricardo Morris and Jamal Lowe. And in front of them, Andre Gray. So, yeah, that is the 11 that I've gone for this encounter. At some point, I do expect to see Wes Harding get some minutes. Luca Levy. Maybe Kevon Isaacs. But for me, I don't think anyone else, because these guys haven't played football. So. But I'll just say this, that the result for me in this game is not my priority. I look at this game and I'm hoping that Curtis Tilt, Ethan Pinnock, Andre Gray, Liam Moore, Amari Bell, Jamal Lowe, Wes Harding use this opportunity and grab it. Make an impression. Give Tap a headache. Give him a headache that can't make him sleep at night. Give him the worst headache he has ever received in his entire life. Give him gray hairs. Give him something to think about. Give him something to scratch his head and say, boy, I can't drop. I have to include him in the Gold Cup squad, or boy, I have to include him in the World Cup qualifiers, These 7 guys have to go out there with that mindset. Have to. Well, I can guarantee you that I expect 3 of the 7 to give him sturdy performances. I expect it from Pinnock, I expect it from Tilt, and I expect as well Amari Bell to put in a solid performance. Those are the 3 that I'm most excited about seeing. Some could surprise you, but I like the fact that we have physicality to match up to the Americans. Curtis Tilt, 6'4", Ethan Pinnock, 6'4", Michael Hector, 6'4", Liam Moore in the 6 foot region. So we have individuals that compete physically for set pieces, and with the Americans, we know how they've managed with these sorts of situations. So that's why I think give Tapa pressure, put him under some pressure. Between now and July 10, this guy should not be sleeping. This guy should be in England. This guy should be in Eastern Europe. This guy should be in Asia. This guy should be sweating every single day. Every day he wakes up, he should be getting a text message from Roy Simpson about the next plan. This guy should be in deep dialogue. This guy should be waking up 6 o'clock every Saturday morning, watching Championship, League One, Premier League. That is exactly what this man should be doing. I've been doing it for the past 16 years, so why shouldn't he? It's time. It's time. I know what people have been saying on social media, that we're going to get 6, we're going to get 8. That might be the case. I don't expect it to be that figure. But go out there and impress. Get on the plane for the Gold Cup. Let's win that tournament. And let's go to the Azteca and create some history, like we did February 6, 2013. It's time. It's time. Let's go out there. Let's make some noise. It's time. Gonna look through you guys' comments now. Jamaican Cooking says, what's up? Crazy Yard TV said, sup? I'm doing good, man. Jordan McDowell says, big up Simon. Dwayne Morrison says, big up Simon. Dwayne Morrison says, Simon. Yusuf Murray says, hi Simon. Nathan Morgan says, greetings Simon. I say, what's up? Hope you all are doing well. Is Leon Bailey really going to United? Well, based on my understanding and what Mr. Murtaugh is doing at United, Jadon Sancho is still the priority, so Leon Bailey is like a plan B. And to be honest with you, even a plan C, because if Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri are part of Manchester United plans for next season, then I don't think Leon Bailey will be part of the reckoning. Yeah, thank you guys. Really, really appreciate the support. I'm staying safe. I tested negative on my COVID-19 test, so it's now for me now to stay home, stay safe, and, do what is right. Jamal Lowe has replaced Rabel Morrison in the squad. Yeah. What's happening with Rabel? Rabel is... So this is the scenario. Rabel is supporting his teammates. He's supporting his fellow teammates. Damien Lowe, Cameron Taxi Lawrence, Andre Blake. He's supporting them and the movement right now. So that's why he's not in the squad. As it relates to his club football, well, I can confirm with you, I spoke with my good friend, Darren Moore, and he is having a training session with Sheffield Wednesday. So, there you go. Yeah, did you guys see the England squad? Ollie Watkins is in the squad. No Patrick Bamford. I don't get it, Mr. Galaxy. I don't understand people with a letter. I don't understand. F in the chat for Ollie Watkins England call-up and people just putting letters in. I don't understand that. You guys are millennials. I was born in the 1990s. Simon, how competitive do you see TNT if they make it to the Octagon? I honestly don't expect them to get to the Octagon, and even if they do, I don't see them coming better than second from bottom. What do you think of this Hurry Come Up squad? Well, I think I gave my thoughts about it being defensively heavy, imbalanced, but the only positive that I take from it is that we have increased the defensive pool and that makes me extremely happy. But the midfield for this game in particular is not something I'm pleased about. Is Shamar Nicholson the best forward for Jamaica? The best forward? For me, Shamar Nicholson is a striker. So, like in a front three, the centre forward, the number 9, Shamar. Shamar is not like one of the wide players, like he's the centre forward for me. So, is he the best? Not the most clinical, but for me, he's in the squad. Shamar Nicholson right now has a goal every 3.8 shots on target. Kemar has a goal every 2.8 shots on target. So Shamar is going to grow and learn. Where Kemar was at 23 is exactly where Shamar Nicholson is right now. So when Shamar Nicholson is 27, 28, he's going to fly. I can tell you that for sure. Yes, Rolanda Aarons is injured, so that is why he's not in the squad. Bobby Reid, in Europe and other parts of the world, paternity leave is a big deal. So when your wife or girlfriend has a baby, you get paternity leave. So I don't know why we don't do that in Jamaica. Maybe that's something for discussion. Maybe not on Reggae Boyz commentary, but it's something that we have to expect for our players that are plying their trade in Europe and Asia as well. If you breed a woman, I know that doesn't sound right. If you get your wife or your girlfriend pregnant, then you get paternity leave. I don't see no problem with that. So that's the situation with Bobby Reid as well. BM, like I've said, I've had apathy for the program since 2015. Apathy. I've gave my thoughts March last year about the World Cup not being the be end all and end all of football. We think of the World Cup as the pinnacle to life. It is the greatest international football tournament, that is for sure, but the World Cup is not the top of our mountain, because we know what happened after we qualified for 98, and you see we still have a close to $3 million debt. The World Cup is where we want to be. That is correct. But it should not be the end goal. Like I said, I have apathy for the program. Nothing surprises me anymore. Absolutely nothing. A lot of people just tuning off work, getting off work and tuning in. Really appreciate it, guys. Well, I explained the situation with Aarons already. Rolanda Aarons is the injured one. Do you see Wes Harding carving out a consistent role at right back for us? If he impresses against the United States, then I will say yes. 100%. So the thing with Ethan Pinnock, I know I've told you guys about the JFF and the priority. The reason that you've seen Ethan Pinnock, and I know a lot of you would have been surprised, like, his paperwork was super expedited. The squad was released Wednesday. His papers were sent Monday. But some things you just have to surprise people with. I knew Damien Lowe and Amal and Andre Blake and Kemar Taxi Lawrence wasn't going to be in a squad, but surprises are good, they say. Some surprises are not so good as well, but I just figured I'd let people surprise us. Well, most of you saw my tweets when I said look out for key absentees in the squad, so I think you all got the message from that point of view and everything. So there it is. So that basically put things into perspective. But yes, Ethan Pinnock, I look at the centre-half pool now. Ethan Pinnock, Curtis Tilt, Michael Hector, Adrian Mariappa, Damien Lowe. It's a decent pool, isn't it? And we haven't mentioned Jamoy Tope as yet. Is the USA match going to affect our FIFA position? Depending on the result, yeah. What about Mikel Antonio? Mikel Antonio is going to link up with the squad in the Gold Cup and World Cup qualifiers. Well, not five at the back. It's actually 4-2-3-1. So if you want to be technical, you could say 6 in front of the goalkeeper. Of course, Antonio is getting his passport. He is doing it. So the thing is that he wants to help West Ham United to secure European football this season. So that's why he said, even from 3 weeks ago when we had this discussion, that we should expect him more for the Gold Cup and not the USA friendly. But yeah, 5 at the back is also an option as well if you think about it. It could be a scenario where 3 centre halves, and it gives an opportunity for Harding to exploit as well. So not only does it cover more space horizontally, but it's more starting points in attack. But my concern with this is that you need 3 ball-playing defenders, 3 players that are really solid on the ball, 3 players that can really move it forward. Pinnock, good. Tilt, good. More for me in terms of passing, not of the same ilk, but he can get away with it for a game. Yeah, in fact, Omar Holness started out his career as a number 10. Well, when I played against him at Mona Prep, this guy was a centre forward scoring goals from half line. And in the prep school league, they call it the Alberga and the Henriquez Cup. This guy score from half line, and they still call it Bus de Omar. This guy scored from half line in prep school. Yeah, number 10 at Wolmer's, captain of Jamaica under 17 World Cup 2011 as a central midfielder. At Darlington, though, he's been operating like a number 8, like a box to box, like in a 4-4-2. He's been operating box to box for Darlington FC. And to be quite frank with you, his performances at Darlington have not been of the same intensity as it was in his first season when he joined them, 2019-2020 season. Well, 2018-2019, I should say. It wasn't of the same ilk when he was creating waves in the FA Cup, scoring goals in the FA Cup, and, doing his thing in the National League North. I think his performances have slightly dipped, in my opinion, but I think based on my reporting of him on TVJ and, my constant, recognition of players, I guess you could say a lot of people say I picked the squad. I've been doing it since 2010. Boy, Simon, I wish you could have WhatsApp Tapper the starting 11. I have his number, but you know how Tapper stay already. Him bust the blue tick on you. And you know what the blue tick means on WhatsApp. After I help him with all the information as an analyst on the 2010 FIFA World Cup panel, I saw him repaying me. But it's alright. It's alright. Yes, Andre Gray has 3 goals in 23 games in the championship this season. That's roughly a goal every 7.5 games. It's not impressive. It's not at all. But I wouldn't say compare club football to international football. And that is not to say that he's not going to come and be a flop for Jamaica. But like I said, for me, he is like a Deva Orgel. Aggressive, hard-working, diligent. And I think that's the type of player that we're going to look out for. Dangerous from set pieces. So that's something that we can all look out for from this individual. Leon Bailey is not in the squad because he's supporting the players' movement for sure. A repeat of TT for USA. No, not 7 Love. Ravel is supporting the players' movement, yeah. We don't have, well, Jamal Lowe can be an auxiliary striker, but he's not a striker. So Andre Gray and Jamal Lowe. Luca Levy can be a number 10. So there we go. Yes, it's all because of the contracts, all because of the payment dispute. Of course, Suriname can beat us. They can. Suriname can beat us. I've said it from the Gold Cup draw. And guess what? The Surinamese-born players, they're not complaining about the Eredivisie Dutch-born players that are joining the squad. Neither is Curacao. And the local Trinidadian players are not complaining or fussing about the English-born players that are joining their mix as well either. In a 3-5-2, low up front with Gray could work. What Caribbean teams should we watch out for in World Cup qualifying? 2. Curacao and Suriname. Yeah, a lot of people not giving a lot of love to Ricardo Morris, like Javon Watson all over again. Scoreline prediction. Let's hope that all the players get to Austria. Once all the players are in Austria, I'll give my prediction. But you kind of saw my prediction on my Instagram live last week. The situation is there is no chemistry. There won't be any chemistry. But we're Jamaicans. We turn up, we have one training session, and we get a 0-0 draw against Mexico at the Azteca. That's how we roll. You know how we do. We arrive in Chile on a Wednesday, we'll play them on a Friday, and we'll beat them 2-1. That's how we roll. Pinnock, the best centre-half in the region. Absolutely. Adam McGregor, big up yourself, my boss. Guys, go and follow Adam McGregor on Instagram. This guy is awesome, I'm telling you. He's a good brethren. Lloyd Stewart. Lowe will be on the bench if these guys continue to play for Jamaica. Are you referring to Damien Lowe? At this rate, I don't think he'll be called back, but we'll see. We'll see. This guy is chilling out in Florida and hanging out with his kid and just enjoying life, really. Brickell, Miami, Sunrise, Fort Lauderdale. This guy is all over the place, enjoying his life, or as Chris Gale says, living the life. I wonder what Tapa does when he's not coaching the team. Well, I know one thing he does. He goes and drinks Herbalife shakes in Montego Bay. How come Tilt at CB instead of Moore? Because of the options, because Tilt is not a holding midfielder, so that's why I went with him in that vein. Moore can play as a CB and a D mid. Why are we so CB heavy? I wouldn't have called so much centre halves at one time. If we had 2 friendlies, I would have said, okay, Tilt and Ethan Pinnock one game and then Wes Harding another game. So that's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. But, you know, I think ESPN is going to show the game. Leave it. Is it 1 o'clock Jamaica time? 1 o'clock Eastern Caribbean time. 1 o'clock Eastern Caribbean time. No, what am I saying? 1 o'clock Eastern time in the United States. Yeah, so should be 12 noon Jamaica time or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you know. So yeah. Yep. Jaden White is going to be under pressure, but this guy thrives under pressure. Can a foreign-born player represent Jamaica in a friendly without a Jamaican passport? Now, that is a brilliant question, my friend. Because in 2009, Tyrone Mears played for Jamaica without a Jamaican passport, and as we know, he doesn't even have Jamaican roots. But I believe that rule has been changed now. Changed in 2011 because we had some hiccups with Marcus Bean, and he got his passport late to play for Jamaica and eventually donned the national colours in that 2-1 loss to Honduras in 2011. The reason why I didn't name Roof in my starting 11 is because he's not in the squad. USA game is on ESPN2 at 1:20 East ET. And the US and Jamaica right now is an hour behind Eastern time. Jamaica's an hour behind Eastern time, so the match will be 12:20 Jamaica time. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it. So, because we're an hour behind now. Daylight savings kicked in around Sunday, right? Sunday, a couple of days ago, Sunday. So, yeah. Yeah, red card for Roof today. Simon, what's up with Daniel Johnson? Daniel Johnson withdrew from the squad for personal reasons. Is JFF truly broke? Well, do you guys have $3 million in your bank account? DC Roof playing right wing for Jamaica. He can play there, but I mean, I believe in playing on a player in their best position unless it's an emergency. Like that Saudi Arabia game, it was an emergency for Kevin Lambert to play at centre half. It's not his most natural position. He can play there, but it's not his most natural position. Holding mid is his most natural position. So for that emergency game, I would say fine. But when you have options, play a player in his most natural position, unless you find a weakness in the opposition that you can exploit. Can we get Tony's passport in that fast? What, 3 days? It's possible. If it's possible, just call the Jamaican High Commission. So, as it relates to the Catalonia game, the thing is, though, the JFF has accepted money, euros, from the Catalonian FA. So, what does that mean? It means that we have an obligation to play the game. The Colombia fixture is still in doubt. I honestly doubt it will be confirmed. So, it's just going to be the United States that we're going to have to play. So, that's the situation of it. Raymas says the coach will play a 5-3-2 formation. They will have to defend like them. Life depend on it. 3-5-2, 4-2-3-1. I'm just trying to do my best to clog the middle, because 2 and then 3, that's 5 essentially in the middle. So you're just clogging the middle essentially. So it's basically the wide areas that's all that the Americans would have to exploit. While if we go 5-3-2, then we know that there's going to be space in the middle for the Americans to exploit. So that's the reason why I've gone with the 4-2-3-1, so that we can clog the middle, so that we can frustrate the Americans. One says, how is someone playing for Darlington in the squad? Well, sir, do you remember a guy by the name of Ramil Sheriff? He was playing in the 9th tier of English football when Jamaica took on France in the 8-0 loss. Ramil Sheriff. Yes. The 9th tier of English football. That's semi-pro. That guy was getting £30 a week. Have you heard of Lenny Dennis? Go and look up Lenny Dennis. Go and look up Ramil Sheriff. Holness is playing at a much higher level than these guys. David Nicholson says, good to see Pinnock, Bell, etc. being happy for their cause. Absolutely, it's great to see it from that perspective, It really is something that we can really, progress. So Chris Smith is right. Simon, I don't think we have any good local-based defenders as good as. When you mean local-based, I'm assuming you mean playing in the Red Stripe Premier League or Jamaica Premier League, and not Jamaican-born defenders, I guess is what you're referring to. So yeah, Damana Solomon I've liked, but I don't think he's kicked on from his Copa America tournament call-up in 2016. How good is Kevon Isaacs? He can do a job. It still baffles me that Pinnock is still playing in the Championship, but he'll be in the Premier League soon. Chris Brown asks, are we making the World Cup? If we get the Magic 6, Kemar Roof, Andre Gray, Rolanda Aarons, Isaac Hayden, Ivan Toney, and there's another individual. If we get those 6, then yes. Watch me trying to remember the name now. Liam Moore, yeah. Right now I have us to finish 4th in the octagon. Hey, what's up, Corey? Corson. Big up, man. Hope you're good. Jamal Lowe is in better form than Andre Gray. That is a fact. Simon, do you expect the contract negotiations will be sorted out? I do expect it to be sorted out, but you can forgive somebody, but you won't forget, you know? So there's always be something in your mind. So it could be like part 1 and the Gold Cup we hear of part 2. So that's what I think in terms of an ominous perspective. You know, David Nicholson was talking about players that don't start and players that do start. We have 8 Red Star Premier League players in the squad, and they haven't kicked a ball for a year. Yeah, but it looks like either 4-2-3-1 or 5 at the back, so that's the scenario at this point in time. Why Joel Campbell didn't play for Jamaica? Well, here's the thing. Based on FIFA regulations, you can play for a country that you're not born in if your parents or grandparents are born in that country. Great-grandparents don't count. And Joel Campbell was born to Jamaican great-grandparents, so he wouldn't qualify to play for Jamaica, although he has Jamaican heritage. So great-grandparents don't count, only 2 generations down, which would be grandparents and parents. His great-grandfather, Mr. Campbell, left Jamaica, went to Costa Rica and helped in the building of the Panama Canal, and stayed in Limon in Costa Rica, and met a Costa Rican, and the rest is history from there on in, you know. So you find that with a lot of Costa Ricans. They're 3rd generation Costa Ricans to Jamaican great-grandparents. Jamal Blackman from Chelsea has Bayesian roots. Yeah. That is the situation. Yeah, as Devon Porter said, he's not worried. I'm not worried either. I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm collected, and I'm looking forward to the future with confidence, you know? So, that's what I'm looking forward to. And this should be good. So, that's why I've spoken about this system, and I'm hopeful that the being able to neutralize the Americans can be able to head out a ball, get them on the counter, and slot it in, or win a corner kick in the 90th minute and bam. Yeah. So there we go. So yes, it is just one friendly. Yeah. Yeah, remember guys, 2014 we spoke about Ramel Sheriff. But it is what it is. Everyone will give their thoughts and views about all of this, and it's mad the amount of comments that are coming in. I'm trying to keep up with all of you. You guys have been just giving left, right, and center. Yeah, people asking the same question 6 times. Of course, I remember Jason Wright. Jason Wright was got us the goals that helped us qualify for the Under-17 World Cup. Of course, I remember him. I think he was recently at Cavalier too. Of course, I know Chad Letts as well. Chad Letts in Belgium played in the Europa League for them too. 19. I was speaking about Jamal though. So that's the individual that I was talking about a bit earlier. But it's amazing, these comments are coming in so fast. My God. Let me just say I'm so grateful to the 254 of you. Now 256 of you in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a big like. We have 75 likes. Please help me get to 100 likes, guys. Just hit that like button. Alright guys? Hit that like button. Just hit that like button. Alright guys? We'd really appreciate it, guys. Really would appreciate it. So I'll consider a live stream for the game, even though everybody's going to be in front of their television watching the game. So either a live stream or I'll just go live after the game with my reaction, and of course Reggae Boyz commentary Thursday evening. So I'll look at it. So look at that, 93 likes. Come on guys, just 7 more likes, 7 more likes, 4 more likes, 4 more likes, we'll get to 100. But yeah, it's nice. Devon Porter says, once you give Pinnock, hey, 100 likes. Once you give Pinnock, Mariap and company something to defend, they will defend with their lives. That is a fact. That is an absolute fact. And that's the reality of the situation. So I'm not concerned about the defense. My concern is the midfield. So guys, really appreciate you tuning into Reggae Boyz commentary this evening. Thank you very much for all the support. You know, you guys have been amazing. As I said, you know, it's the comments and everything. I try my best to keep you all updated. You know, we've had this channel on for 5 years now. Can you imagine 5 years? For those of you that have been there since day one, as Jesse Lingard says, big up! So thank you very much. Really appreciate you guys. I'm going to do a video tomorrow on a player you should keep your eye on, so look out for that. Manchester United. So guys, stay tuned for that. Alright guys, and we'll keep in touch and everything. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Reggae Boyz Commentary, close to 8,000 subscribers, and we're getting closer to that goal of 10,000 subscribers. We're going places, guys. We're going places. Craig Barnett will speak about youth in the future. For now, it's about the United States and what it lies ahead. Okay, guys? We'll get to that quite shortly. So, guys, I'm going to head over to Instagram quite shortly, so you can look out for that. All right, guys? Stay safe. Coach's desk, yeah, big up yourself. But, yeah, guys, thanks very much for all the support. Take care, guys, and stay safe. Big up!